Now, we all know Escallonia. Evergreen, beautiful glossy leaves, and this time of year, lovely flowers. Now this one is called Red Dream. Escallonias come in every colourway from white through to what look nearly black in the flowers, and they come in completely different heights. This one is a small version. This one only does about ½ metre. They do fantastic as a specimen shrub in the garden, but they work wonderful as a hedge, and it's just something different. They trim up easy, so if you want a low hedge in your garden, a hedge of Escallonia works really well. Evergreen, compact but very bushy, so something a bit nicer than the flat. Now, this is Ceanothus Gloy de Deville. She's just finished now her flowering. I'm going to cut her back. She is evergreen. She's a bit more open, usually grown as a specimen shrub in the garden, but she can be put and be a compact hedge. That's all down to trimming. These have been grown so that they're actually a specimen shrub rather than a hedge, but it works very well too. Now, look at this one. This is Elaeagnus, ebbingei. Now, beautiful silver tone to the under of the side of the leaf. She's quite an upright plant, and these can form a beautiful hedge. She's very fast growing. She probably grows about 30 to 40 centimetres a year. Her final height will be around about 2.5 metres maximum. Easy to trim and a little bit different as a hedge. She has a pale flower, but one of the things which is wonderful about this plant is she has aromatic leaves. So you do get the nice smell of the flower over the winter. You'll get the flowers which come in autumn and carry it over the winter, and then in spring you'll have little berries. So you get that contrast over the winter that you don't always have with other shrubs. And when you get a little bit of movement, you get that lovely silver dappled shape to it. Now, I know, I love it. It's not a hedge that we've actually put in on the nursery, and we've nearly filled all our hedges in, but it's a one that works very well, and again, evergreen. I'm just going to take you to these plants. Now this is Myrtles. Highly aromatic. Everybody thinks the leaves on these, because they've got a point on the end, are like a holly, but they're not. They're soft, and their smell, oh, it's lemons, it's a Mediterranean, it's that beautiful hot gorgeous smell, really intense, full sun, not waterlogged. She is a Mediterranean plant. So when you put her in, put her close to the house if it's a specimen shrub, because, can't stop doing that, because she does have the most amazing aromatics. She has a small flower, so this as a hedge is dense. You don't need too many to a metre. Make sure your soil is really dug over and some sand through for anybody in Suffolk, and she'll do well. Right, this is Choisya ternata. Everybody knows Choisya. There is Aztec Pearl, which is this one. She has got fabulous, highly scented white flowers that carry over in the summer. Quite a lot of new growth, as you can see. That's this year's growth, so not too much. She grows to about 2 meters, so you don't often have to trim her. She does a very informal hedge. And if anybody ever goes to any of the hospitals, you'll find that they put these hedges in quite a lot because of the most beautiful scent from the flowers. Common name is Mexican orange blossom, and very, very easy to look after. She forms quite a dense hedge, or absolutely fantastic as a one-off specimen plant in the garden. Evergreen, so something that's going to continue to give you the pleasure through the winter. If you need a large hedge and you want height, Viburnum tinus. She does about 4 meters. So off her, quite fast growing, flowers over the winter, beautiful scent, you will get quite a dense, strong hedge. Now only plant these 1 to a meter to 1.5 meters. So quite good value in the fact that you don't need that many plants. Easy to trim up. She will form a very formal hedge if you want to do the trimming, or quite an informal if you allow them just to get to their natural shape. Again, an evergreen plant that will take you over the winter as well. She has the most amazing berries on her, but just be careful because the berries can cause some stomach problems if they are ingested. I love it. I will say, I think this is either a love or hate with this plant. You either love them, as I do, or you hate them. But you can get 4 meters on this plant, and that could be in 5 years. So buying a small plant is good value. You're still going to get some strong growth and give you some coverage. If you use it as a specimen shrub, make sure you plant it at the back of the border, and then you can still have the beauty. Now viburnums come in many, many different guises. The genre is huge. So always have a look, and not all of them are evergreen. So make sure you read your labels. But again, another lovely hedge. I'll just get one more for you. Now, very much of its time. Elaeagnus aquaforum, holly. One of the slowest growing shrubs you'll find. I have these as a small version, just to have as an odd specimen shrub in the garden. Great for cutting, as you know, Christmas, for having the holly in the house. They are very slow growing. They don't get their full height until about 20 years old. So I have got small specimens here, but often if you want to have a hedge, you can have a hedge that's been grown and the shape of the holly has been trimmed constantly to get quite a dense hedge. I can tell you now, there aren't many people who are not welcome in the garden will come through a holly hedge. It is a British native. If you have a planning condition that says that you have to have a mixed British native hedge, you can put holly in. It does give the most amazing colours, shapes, and of course, if you got the male and a female, wonderful berries. Planting a hedge to protect your garden from either dogs, cats or people, look at Pyracanthus. Got big thorns on it, goes into a beautiful dense hedge, 3 to a metre, and Pyracanthus will keep out anybody that you don't want in. But one of the big things it does is the berries feed the birds, and you can have a whole hedge of just the most beautiful berries. You have yellow, orange and red versions. I'll just take you and we'll have a quick look.